What's the point in the plane if you don't know how to fly it? Yeah. I'm out here grinding. Okay. I'm out here grinding. All I do is work. All I do is grind.
What's up, gang? I want to talk this morning about, I think I'm starting to realize that I believe personally one of the biggest traits, if not the single biggest trait of the best leaders that I see, is discipline. I think that so many people have the talent and have the mind as far as the vision and the know-how. But what separates people is the discipline to do what your mind tells you you don't want to do. That's probably the biggest thing that I'm seeing out here. Dealing with 250 people on a daily basis and some of the best leaders, I believe, in America. You know, I'm looking to see what separates people. It's not always talent. It's definitely not always who's the most intelligent. It's the person that has the discipline to do the things that they don't want to do anyway. And we could just leave that right there. That's the great divide. That's the great separator right there, is that the people that are average, they only do what they feel like doing. They don't want to work, grind when they're sick. They don't want to put energy and passion into things that maybe they don't feel like doing 100%, but they know that that's what they need to do in order to get the job done. I'll give you examples. If I'm an athlete and I'm trying to play at peak performance, and I know I need to run during the summer before college, before the season starts, or before I go to camp in August, you know you need to do it, but just lacking the discipline of getting it done every day, or eating the foods that you need to eat. You're not eating clean, and even though you know what you need to do, you can't get your body to do it because you don't like it. You don't feel like doing it. And so I'm telling you that some of the greatest people in the world they get accustomed to doing things that they don't like to do. People get it mixed up. They think that I like to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I do because of the results. I'd love to sleep in. I'd like to sleep, but my life won't allow that. I don't want sleep as much as I want success. I don't want sleep as much as I want to be the best leader I could be for my people. I don't want sleep as much as I want to be able to provide for my family or spend some of that time later on in the day with my family. So I have to get up in order to pour into myself, because after 7, 8 o'clock, it's time for me to pour into other people. And so discipline stands out to me, of doing the things you don't want to do, that you know you need to do to take yourself to the next level. Doing the things that you know you need to do, even if you don't feel like doing it. You got to get out of your feelings if you're going to be great. I don't care what I feel like doing. I'm going to do what I got to do to get the job done. That's the separator. That's the divider. So you don't feel like working Saturday. You don't feel like working Sunday. You don't feel like playing injured, playing sick, getting up early. You don't feel like recruiting. You don't feel like hitting the field. You don't feel all of those. It's not about how you feel. It's, do you know what you need to do? What's the result? Oftentimes people will even plan out the night before and say, I'm getting up tomorrow. Got my whole day planned out. I'm getting up at 5:30, and they can't get up. They just can't get up. So you already lost. How are you going to be great if you don't even have the discipline to do what you said you need to do, because you can't get over the first 15 minutes that you feel tired? If you just move around, you'll be fine. And so that's a huge trend that I'm seeing. That's a huge thing that I'm seeing, is that the great separator is discipline. The other thing that I'm seeing about great leaders is that they have the unique balance of being able to create a positive atmosphere, positive environment with their team. Culture is positive and fun, and that starts with the leader. You can't be leading people and want to be great and you're negative and you're easily out of your emotions and getting negative. But some of the greatest leaders I'm seeing, they develop the greatest cultures. They create a positive atmosphere, positive environment where people feel connected to them. They're accessible, and then they have the balance of being able to still yet hold people accountable. And that's the challenge. I think some people are great at one or the other. They're great at holding people accountable and being tough on people, but they're not great at building relationships. And other people are great at building relationships and culture, but they can't hold anybody accountable. And so some of the greatest that I'm seeing, they're able to hold, they have that balance of holding people accountable and also building bonds and building relationship where the culture is positive. And let me tell you where I think is like the biggest red flag to me. When I hear people come up to me in my business and say, I'm going to have your job, or I'm going to pass you up, that already lets me know 9 times out of 10, I'm still waiting for somebody to prove this wrong. And I'll help them. I'll be the biggest resource that they can find. But that's like the death of a person to me. As soon as that happens, those people never do. They got a big mouth. They never end up making nothing out of themselves, in my experience. So when you start saying, if you coming out saying, I'm going to take this person's job, or I want that person's job, or I'm gonna be better than Michael Jordan, that's cool. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing. I don't have zero ego issues with it. What I have the issue with is that I'm mid-30s now and married with 2 children, and I'll see those same people that say those things not outwork me. And if you want to pass somebody up and you got ground to cover, you better be working twice as much as that person, outgrinding that person. And you got to be willing to go through the obstacles and adversities that those people are willing to go through. And a lot of times it takes humility. Yeah, I want to be the greatest in a lot of areas, but in order for me to be the greatest, I'm going to need people that are already there to mentor me and help me. And so I'm going to walk in a spirit of humility so I want to learn and absorb from these people. And if I am ever blessed with the ability to go past them, I will honor the fact that I was able to stand on the shoulders of giants and I was able to learn from those people. And that takes a spirit of humility. But if you in your head or you in your mouth are going to say that you're going to take this person's job, or that you're going to pass everybody up, but then your actions don't follow suit. You ain't the first one at the office. You ain't the last one to leave. You're late to the meetings. You ain't up working on Saturdays. You ain't out grinding everybody. You can't say you're the hardest working person in that organization. Keep your mouth shut. In my opinion, all of this is opinion based, in the hopes that somebody can gain value from it and become better from it. So it's Thursday. People start looking forward to Friday and looking forward to the weekend. But if you're trying to be great, if you're trying to take yourself and your family to the next level, you got to be looking forward to the weekend to grind and treat it like you would a Tuesday or a Monday. And it's time to go to work and separate yourself. So happy Thursday. Get ready. It's a new day.
To subscribe to SimonArias.net, follow these simple steps. Go to SimonArias.net. On the homepage, scroll down to the bottom. Where prompted, enter your first name along with your best email address and click Join G.R.I.N.D Messages. Thanks for watching.